I don't know. I'm going to need some help from y'all. Yeah, I might have a lot more experience than I do in this. Well, matter of fact, I'm sure you're going to have more experience than me in this one. Um, can I ask y'all a couple of questions? So I'm looking online, right? And I come across this top 10 list. Now, I have never been on a plane before in my life. I would like to one day. A couple of the names that's on this list were on my bucket list. I would like to see the world at least from a different perspective, at least a couple of times, man. Like, no one wants to be stuck in the same city all their life. So, me randomly just coming across this list, I took the liberty of actually writing down the names. And my question is going to be posed to all of you because apparently the names on this list were basically giving warning to black people specific. These are places that you can go, but be warned, it is not going to be the experience that you expect it to be, which made me wonder if this is coming just from one person's point of view or a majority. Now, I know there's surveys. I don't want to hear from surveys. I want to hear from people directly about it, about this list. As a black person, specifically, if you do come across this, but just for people who travel a lot in general, have you ever come across racism, um, having the complete opposite experience that they claim? Like, I know people who say they've been to some of these spots and they had a good time, but you get online and on the internet and they say, nah, they're gonna spit at you, they're gonna talk about you, they gonna make your life a living hell while you're there. Stay away from these areas, all that. So uh here's the list. We have Saudi Arabia, Japan, India, South Korea, Israel, Russia, Ukraine, Greece, Italy, and China. I've wanted to go to Japan. I've wanted to visit China. I even wanted to see Italy and Israel. Here's the problem. I know it doesn't really matter where you go, you're going to run into some type of cultural issues or differences. That's going to happen. But I don't like the narrative that gets painted on certain cities and countries when you might have had a completely different experience there than the next person. So I'm curious to know, is this list accurate? Because I got a buddy who went to China and I had a buddy that went to Japan and they did not have the same feedback. So I'm just curious to know what y'all think about this list. A couple of these I kind of expected, like Russia, uh, Saudi Arabia. I'm not surprised at those. I'm not surprised at India. I don't think that I've ever come across an Asian that has been rude to me, but they also seem to. I've never seen them around black people. Just keeping it a buck, but I don't know, man. So many different views. I need to see see this for myself. I'm not trying to end up in nobody's basement or nothing like that, but like, come on, somebody help me out with this one. What do you think? Tell me what your experiences was like. Were they good? Were they bad? How's the travel? All that. I'm curious to know.